Salam. Salamun alaikum. All right. Business. I'm going to talk about business today. I'll try and keep it gravitating towards the one topic. All right. Just went for a little walk meditation. Just trying to decide on, like a more specific topic to talk about. I think this probably will go into my first playlist with just like the business entrepreneurship side of the channel. So I want to talk a little bit about the business model, the kind of niche, just the general function of this business model. Essentially, it's SMMA, but I'm not planning to sell it as SMMA. The intention is to sell revenue to small business owners, like mainly tradies, like brick and mortar, service based, particularly home improvement niche, landscapers, concreters, roofers. That's like the bulk, definitely like the bulk of what I'm targeting at the moment. I'm finding that the work and the advertisement for these kind of businesses isn't the most complicated. Once I have good results, good enough results to sell to other customers or clients, then I want to try and see how advanced I can go with the niches, like renovators, home renovators, builders, mainly like kitchen and bathroom builders, carpenters, higher revenue, pretty much, higher ticket demographic. The goal is to just, I don't really want to rely on cold outreach and just trying to sell marketing services. I want to just be able to build a product that sells itself. You know what I mean? Just by like results and testimonials. I just want to be able to approach a prospect that I know is viable to approach, and just be like to them, this is my service, this is what I've done for so and so. We onboarded him in this month. By this month, he was earning this much through our services of marketing, social media marketing, SEO, and we managed to produce this amount of leads. He managed to book this amount of jobs and turned over this amount of revenue. Are you interested? Pretty much. So it's a lot harder said than done. A lot harder. The business model is like completely nuanced in Australia. Marketing is just forever remains nuanced in Australia, especially now with all these AI CRMs and all these AI tools, that agencies are racing to implement and design automated lead gen service, because essentially that's what it comes down to. The client, a lot of these guys, these tradies, they're just, they know how to do one thing and just work, you know what I mean? they start the business because they don't want to work for anyone else, but that doesn't mean they know anything about running the business and what it takes. Like, they don't, especially when it comes to all the admin stuff and marketing stuff, you know. I mean, some guys do. Like, my first client is a very good friend of mine. He was just like a family friend, you know, from when I was younger. Works on the roofs. He's definitely very growth-minded, you know, like he understands the potential, you know. He has his goals, first of all, which is to not exit the business, but have, you know, the business run itself, obviously with teams. He wants to build out teams to just send to jobs, just have the business run itself, you know what I mean? And he understands the requirement and the how much that needs to rely on his ability to find the right marketing service to be able to give him a reliable stream of jobs, not just leads, you know, jobs booked. He knows that pretty much the entire potential for the business to run itself relies on his ability to rely on consistent work, not just all these kind of lead gen public services to try and like fight 100 other businesses in the same niche, 100 other competitors to win the job. I mean, he was literally just undercutting the market, average quotes in the market for his service by like 40% just to win jobs, you know. I think a lot of these guys, most of them just realize it's a race to the bottom, and it gets them nowhere pretty fast. But they're just, these days, a lot of people just get really comfortable really easily, so they don't really set their goals around their own lifestyle desires. They set their goals and design them based around the easy, comfortable results that they could get. Like, pretty much have to keep lowering their standard of living just to remain comfortable, you know. So that's one of the biggest nuances that you'll learn coming into this industry of like a middleman kind of service. It's just like how much your business success relies on finding the right client, not the perfect client, but the right client, you know. You're never going to find someone that's going to just be your dream. I mean, there's dream clients, but they're not, I mean, you still have to do 20 times more work than you thought you would have, you know. It's almost like every week or two running ads, you're changing creatives, offers, strategies. I mean, most of the time they don't even know the different offers that they're able to provide, because they're offering the same thing that every other business in their niche is offering. And so you're telling them to like think of something that they never really even considered, and they just have to, you know, obviously if they're in the right mindset and they understand, it's not that you're just they understand that just having a tiny little edge, just that tiny little edge over the entire competitive market is all it takes, you know. It's almost like you have to convince and persuade the business owner of basic entrepreneurship mindset, you know. You got to educate them. You really have to wake them up to their own potential. because they start the business without the goal. They just start the business because they don't want to work for someone else. They know they can just charge and earn a lot more just attaching an ABN to their name, you know. So I'm really taking my time with tapping into my own network. I'm not going to bother with cold outreach. The most successful mentors I know, sorry, there's like a little fly. One of them started with cold outreach with emails, but he quickly, He quickly, he pretty much started with 0. So he didn't have any other method for client acquisition. So he went straight to, as soon as he had enough money to run ads, he went straight to just running ads, just offering his service. And, you know, he came from a completely, like a non kind of, he's from Europe, from a small town, I think in Belgium. And he just did not have any network in the niche or even the industry. So he had to just, just tap into a global network, mainly the US. Most of his clients are just roofers, landscapers, big revenue. Like some of these roofers are on, man, they'll pump out a roof in a week, you know. They'll do 4 or 5 jobs a month. They'll pump out 6 figures a month. So he's really, really smart in how he targeted his specific niche, you know. But he pretty much got out of cold outreach as soon as humanly possible and went down, is it warm outreach? I remember like Hormozi always explains the 4 methods: cold outreach, warm outreach, I think, so I can't remember the 4. Cold outreach, and then there's warm outreach, and then there's face-to-face. I can't remember the other one. I think the other one is just your own network. Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but pretty much just tapping into your own network. If I really tapped into my network, I have, you know, probably 30 to 40 people that I know personally, that I may or may not be able to work with, but they're potential clients. And I know they just have, each of them just have another 4 or 5 friends in the niche. So it's like 20, 30 people multiplied by, 5 to 10 other potential friends. So I know if I really max out my own network, it's, well over 100 potential clients. And I know that, I'm finding calm and comfort in the fact, knowing the potential and the demand for this service is there. And I think I mentioned probably my first or second video when I just kind of brushed on a little bit about the business aspect in my life, just about like the monopoly and the gap in Australia when it comes to this industry. It's like 99% of agencies are like not even 10k per month, and then you have like less than 1% earning more than 6 figures a month, up to 7 figures a month. Like less than 1% have, I don't know what percentage of the market, but it's a massive monopoly. I'd say, just from researching the market in Australia for almost a year now, I'd say less than 1% of agencies, it's hard to guess, but I'd say over 80% of the potential revenue to be made with this service. like there's a lot of services that provide marketing. I mean, you have to really understand what I'm trying to elaborate. I mean, there's a lot of, especially like since what, that's, I live literally right next to a domestic airport. It's like a private airport. It's where all the, I mean, you can hear them. You can hear the emperors in their flying chariots, just flying over all the peasants. They're just, I mean, I was kind of like pretty dirty when I first moved in, because I inspected this place like 2 or 3 times, this building, and funnily enough, I never heard the planes go over, but I kind of learned to accept it. I mean, it's like a constant reminder. Just a constant reminder of like how sorry, the brain was failing there, trying to get the word right, how incomprehensibly far behind I am. Anyway, I mean, here I am talking about, how hard it is trying to get to that legitimate 5-figure per month, 6-figure per month. And these guys are just forking that bill out, just in maintenance costs for these things. Storage costs. Talk about monopoly, huh? Yeah, it is. I was saying, I was trying to elaborate on the exact business model that I'm talking about, the service, there's an amazing talent of videography out there, and social media marketing, right? But when it comes to the amount of work done learning specific trades and niches to master the like mastering the amount of like knowledge to be able to advertise and allow that business owner to become really, really dominant in that niche and successful. Like the only agencies I know doing it in Australia, most of their work is outsourced, completely outsourced. There's a tremendous amount of marketing services available, but their social media content services, videography, video editing, photography, social media management, social media design, and just services more just providing that aesthetic aspect to a business owner, or to a business. But in terms of actually providing offering a product of, this is your business, do you have the potential to take on twice the amount of work per month and generate twice the amount of revenue per month? Like, does your business have the capacity? And they say yes. It's like, okay, what's the only thing that's preventing your business from fulfilling its potential? And if their only lack is that they don't have time to run ads and create offers and think of strategies to offer and market and to try bring in those leads, then good luck trying to find an agency that actually that can guarantee it, but that's willing to even work off commission based, and has a proven system, to provide that. I mean, there are those agencies. That's what I'm saying. You'll find some, but there's just a monopoly. So it's like, especially if you just Google them and go to SEO and just Google them and try to find someone that can fulfill that requirement that you have in your business. You've pretty much got everything out. You've built your team. Let's say you're a landscaper or a concreter. You've got your team. Your capacity is like 100k per month in jobs, but you're only doing 30 to 40k, and the only thing you're lacking is that marketing side and that lead generation skill, right? You go to Google or you go to Instagram and you just search up who you can find. You're going to find the top 5, but I don't even think there's 5. I can't even think of 5 ROI lead gen services in Australia. I mean, if you go to Instagram, search up any good looking professional tradie service, right? Plumber, builder, carpenter, tiler, concreter, anything. And if you see how professional, I mean, if they look professional enough, like their social media looks, proper, and their videography and before and afters and all that, it looks proper. They have a lot of agencies working for them that they've hired, doing all that stuff for them, right? But who's actually getting them the work, providing the actual source of knowledge, that source that allows them to, I mean, it's the energy that actually allows them to scale. And just be a top competitor, in their niche. I can't even think of 5 in Australia that can offer that. It's like 90%, even more, are just like pump and dump. Like, you'll see them probably pop up. If you're a tradie, especially whatever business you're in, you'll see them pop up on like TikTok or Facebook. Like, are you a cosmetic surgeon, or are you a whatever beautician, or are you a like carpenter looking for more work? This is Jared. We took him from 50k in July to 200k in August or whatever. Like you see him lure, like, just with these hooks and these catches, and they sign up the client. They take a sign up fee. I don't know, like, they can't really offer a guarantee because there has to be a contract involved. All their revenue is generated through sign up fees, right? You sign up, you try them out, you leave in like the next month or 2. But their sign up fees are like $2,000 usually, just all these young guys, 22, 23, that just mastered like TikTok, voiceovers and AI, voiceover, and like they got a little bit skillful at it, and then they just try and send it into a pump and dump. It's dump because they know that they're gonna lose the clients. Their best hope is retaining the client for like more than 2 months, and then if they do manage to retain the client more than a month or 2, they just outsource all of the work. Anyway, look, that's my, from researching this niche, this agency's niche for the past, 12 months almost, there's a tremendous demand, but it's become so increasingly difficult that the ones that were on top, of the market when it started even becoming known to the industry, I'll tell you what, like probably during COVID days, have gone so far to the top and the monopoly is almost impossible to compete with. But it's weird. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's so hard, but it's like if you figure it out, you go straight to their level. There's nothing else you need to work out. You know what I mean? It's not like you go from, 5k per month, 10k per month, 20k per month, 50. It's like, if you're replacing your salary, which is, at least 10k per month, and you have the energy and you know the potential, and you have a working system that is easy to scale, there's no gap between 5 to 10k per month, honestly, straight to 100k per month. It depends how you go about it as well, what client, what niche you're aiming for. I know these friends, the UK guys I mentioned in a previous video, they're all from the UK, really, really genuine, good brothers. They're all Muslim guys. They moved to the UAE a few years ago. I know one of them, I actually hopped on a call with him. Saw the same kind of CRM that he was using. I saw his Stripe. He was on, I think it was 65 US on his best month. This was last year, I think. Almost the start of last year. So I don't know what they're on now, but he had 5 clients. Five clients. Sometimes he would probably lose every few months a client here and there. He'd go down to 3 clients minimum. And they were all based in the UK, and they were all kitchen and bathroom renovators, right? All turning over £100,000 a month, and he was just charging. I can't remember the percentage. I can't remember if it was a percentage or just a flat rate commission, but he was charging them £3,000 to £3,500 a month. And they provide a lot of service though. He builds them out, landing pages, automated booking systems, and which it's not bad. It's a bit of work, but it's nothing it's a bit of work, literally. It's a bit of skill, a lot of skill actually involved. But yeah, these guys are. I really like their, they're called the Muslampreneurs. They call themselves the Muslampreneurs, and they're all about they obviously devout Muslims, and they're all about preaching the importance of success and financial freedom while remaining, fulfilling your religious duties. It's so important to be able to become that masculine, independent figure, especially in your family. To be able to look after all your loved ones, and I love it. I really do. I admire it so much. You know what I mean? I really, really, it really resonates with the kind of energy that I want to put into this entrepreneurship venture, yeah, maybe a bit off topic there, but so where am I at now? Currently, I'm just running the ads just for my one client at the moment. There's 2 or 3 others that have been trying to reach out to me. I spoke to them a little bit, the same kind of niche. They work on the roofs. They do gutter cleaning, roof restoration, and all that. They turn over a good amount, over 10k a month. But they just, they reached out to me a few times, and they just had. It took them weeks to even get their Gmail in order and Facebook logins and all that. And I'm just didn't trust that they were up for it, So, yeah, I'll probably start reaching out. I don't know. I'll tap into my own network. I don't know if I should this month or maybe wait for a bit more results to come in, build up more confidence. We'll see how we go, and yeah, update on more progress in this playlist, this business playlist. Salamun alaikum.